So, we all share the same guts, right? And all the same chemicals flow. We have the same digestive tract. Our muscles are located in the same places in our bodies and stuff like that, more or less. It's like humans are different and everything is relative, but the actual mechanisms of the chemical orientation of the organism that we are isn't that different, right? So I can do an analysis of that chemicals, like what is, what's firing off in the reuptake, and I can feel it, and okay, I know that's something that other people can relate to. But from there, it's how I react to it, how I respond to it, how those things absorb into me over time and create either habits that are good or bad or whatever. That's where it can go off into infinite spectrums of relativity for different humans. Every single different interaction that's happening inside your body can have an effect on it at the same time. That's why it gives so many variables, that it's just unlimited accounts of what relativity is, why relativity exists like that. It's just the amount of variables. And this is fun as hell to just babble at a video camera rather than just in my head, because these are things that I think, and this is what I want to get out into the world. And it's not going to be done by writing posts on Facebook. I have said this stuff from here and there over the years, either in the comments and conversations, and I feel like represented and misunderstood by my very own words within the realm of Facebook. I don't think that the medium even represents me and who I am and my ability to talk there. Even right now, I'm having a one-sided conversation with you. For anyone who's ever going to watch this, it's a one-sided conversation, and I don't want it. I want conferences. I want us to have conferences. I liked the idea of Google Hangouts because it was a group of people all on webcams, right? And they got to figure out that technology, and we could just be sitting around. I could just get a couple screens, put a different face at every screen. We could just sit and have conferences and talk it all out. And it just seems like nobody's working on those technologies for us, those tools. Facebook doesn't have any reason to make our lives go faster on that system as a tool for communications through groups, business, community events, organization. You can see that the interface itself just gives you enough to do it, but never enough to make it great or make your life easier, like a calendar. Like a properly run internal calendar that connected events or posts or events all tied together. They can't give you that. Or just normal word processing tools, Excel sheets, other business planning or better messaging systems. Like any tools that we already have online, web developer guy, we already have these tools. Facebook's the biggest company out there. Why wouldn't they be just giving us these tools? Google gives us those tools. Google does. And Google comes with the same thing. We want all your information. They just want your information. God, there's so much to talk about, but I would rather just pay a subscription, for example, to a Facebook, right? Like Steam It right now is something that it's kind of blockchain based Facebook posts where you can actually earn money for your posts as the value of Steam It increases. The value of your posts within it increases as well. And that's an interesting concept. That means everybody's working on the same goal, good, proper, quality content. And I like that, and I'd pay to not have advertising. I'd pay. Wouldn't you? The amount of time you'd save if you do your work online, for example, the amount of time you'd save in web pages loading and the amount of space and data and scrolling, if you add that up, page after page after page, it's a huge amount of gigabytes that get loaded just for advertising, and those gigabytes slow down your bandwidth, and those bandwidth is your time when you're working online. And so, wouldn't you rather pay $10 a month to not waste all your times with advertising and what it does? Every page that loads has to load those JavaScript programs that do all the pop-up, everything that has to involve with an advertising-based monetary system online. I'd much rather pay somebody a subscription. Patreon is one of those things where you can do something like that. If you have like people that do podcasts or YouTube videos that you like, you can contribute like a certain amount of money to their Patreon account. They'll give you bonus material for being a subscriber, and being a subscriber means that you're supporting them and you don't have to deal with ads, and that's great. So I'm getting off social media as best I can. But I made this decision, right, that I'm not going to be like a punk ass fucking like making that post where you're like, oh, I'm going to quit Facebook, blah, 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 blah. I can't do that. I have business people online. I will have to go on Facebook in order to run my business and do advertising and stuff like that. So, I can't delete it off. So I'm not going to have an emotional, dramatic breakdown post where I'm like, fuck this Facebook. I'm not going to say anything at all. Just going to use it less, right? Because it doesn't really serve my interest to tell everybody in the world Facebook sucks, because I still have some advertising to do. It's my main goal for advertising for the plants and for the bamboo business. But bamboo has other advertising units. But for the plants, for Matas de Mai, the delivery of the plants to your door, that business is really going to need Facebook advertising to do well. And I expect that in 2 years from now to today, that Facebook ads are not going to be as effective as they are at this particular moment. And I don't know how they're going to change the prices or anything like that, but I feel the shift happening. And it's pretty obvious that it should. The tool that is Facebook is rudimentary at best. It's a pathetic tool for us to be communicating our thoughts, ideas, and if we wanted to make a difference with our shares, it wouldn't be with this tool. And this wouldn't be the way that it was. I mean, it's just, they had to dig into your privacy, so they had to create this whole web of reasons why you had to put your life on their page. But you could just have a private profile online, and no one needs to dig into your personality of who you are. They can just hear what you have to say, and you'll be able to hear voices that aren't just your own, or old voices that you already know, people that are in the choir, your bubble. You'd actually have the chance to hear other ideas from people that might be better at elaborating their ideas constructively than the people that are within your bubble that may slightly disagree with you. And so, yeah, those are my thoughts for today. We'll check back in later. You guys be good.